Thank you all for joining this webinar. Hope you will find it interesting. And let's get started. As first of all, if you are considering CRM in Easy8 mind management platform, let me just make a clear statement that CRM nowadays took stable place in our platform. We are continuously development for the client base and for our own internal purposes. And so even in upcoming years, we are committed to work on improving the CRM pretty significantly. So. And I hope I will underline this message during this session. So the agenda is simple. Couple innovations. I believe they are important, and what we are going to improve in next period of time. I want to talk basically about two functionalities which helps to manage the sales team, help to manage the sales operations. First of all is user targets and in combination with gouge. So what we've introduced during this year is, let's say, I will go there as no. I need to log in as admin probably. I'm sorry for that. And I will click once again here. Right. What we've introduced is just pretty straightforward functionality to add the targets of sales representative in a monthly breakdown structure. It simply helps to, in combination with the personal home pages, to show the sales representative where they are with their numbers in every potential time. I will give you an example and give you example how to configure that so that is dynamic. I will log in as sales representative. We have here sort of homepage with different tabs designed, and one of these is actually this little gouge with my performance. And this works the way that the plan, the target is taken dynamically from the targets I was showing you just a second ago, and the actual performance is taken usually from CRM cases with certain in certain status, or if you have invoicing and you differentiate between what is sold and what is paid, so it's taken from invoicing model. Just want to share you how this can look like. So typically what we recommend is that you just have for the salespeople unified personal homepage, and then you can simply configure for everyone the same. So let's have a look how this is configured here. We call the gouge my performance. We are taking the performance data from CRM cases, right? And we are summarizing the price. Naturally, also we have to select the currency we are working with. And on the total part, we are using dynamic data, not fixed. So so everyone is measured against his or her personal quota, and we simply say, okay, the target is saying. And then in the filters for different, I'm using that for time periods. I'm saying here, okay, this is where the target is taking from. So if we use here this me, it means that on each and everyone's homepage is taking his or her personal target, and the performance is taken very similarly from CRM, but the account manager is assigned, and the status of the CRM opportunity is in proper stage. and then I configured this similar for quarter or year or some another period, which is about your interest. And if you push such a personal page to the homepage of the salespeople, they can always see where they stand with their performance. So that was talking about targets inside of the CRM. Another thing which we were improving during the whole year, and now we believe is in a situation which we like, is activities. Let me summarize what's new. At the beginning, we had activities only linked to CRM cases, to basically opportunities to this entity, but it was not enough. We also want to plan activities related to some client, which is maybe more general, or a certain person, or not just the opportunity. So we extended for the contact. At the same time, we kept the logic that where the contact, meaning, for example, our prospect has some opportunities opened, then I can also see the activities related to the to this open opportunities on the contact level as well. What we worked a lot later on is that we were working about how to improve reports and filtering about that. And nowadays I can just share with you maybe some our internal dashboard for activity. The activity data are linked for filtering, and so setting up graphs, charts, and data with all the other data, and can be nicely combined. So I can see who are actually the top performance in teams of the activities. We've introduced even performance points, so I wanted to be able to see just one comparison, right? So actually, we are using that let's say there is a certain performance points for calls, for emails, and for meetings, and then through this multiplication, I can have one simple graph about who are my top performance in terms of activities. The combination with other data also can help to enforce certain policies in sales funnel management or sales workflow. So for example, here I can identify how many or what are, let's say, opportunities which were created by the marketing team and which are not followed up properly, right? So we have, for example, here this internal measurement that every every new opportunity has to be followed up properly in 3 days, and it means that they are registered finished activities related to this opportunity. And so I can actually have this kind of control mechanism that all the process is kept, and we are on track to follow up all the opportunities in our which are coming from marketing. We believe that this is important improvement because, especially in such a sales organization where you are handling greater number of leads, and you need to qualify a lot of leads, and you have worked out your sales processes, then the activities is helping you to track those. And at the same time, the sales people using activities a lot. I can actually in demo data, you can see that we are visualizing these activities in the calendar. If I see this homepage right here, and the team is very frequently having a lot of activities among their other calendar data. So sales activities are available in calendars together with other CRM data like the forecast, and so the salespeople can work basically in their calendar and do the planning of their day, and activities in the calendar, which actually in our organization showed as the most preferred and most efficient way how sales people work with their planning, right? So it's not only control mechanisms, it's also the way how to keep track on number of different clients, prospects, opportunities, and so on and so forth. So these are like two. Oh yeah, one thing I want to mention to that is, well, we also extending the filtering in Easy Redmine to understand workday. So you can say, I want to see, let's say, my VIP clients with no contact in last 30 days, and it can be working days, right? Or especially for the incoming new leads, we are using the way that the lead has to be followed within 3 days, and weekends we're making troubles here. So thanks to that, we extended the general functionality of filtering. Couple small things just to show you, so you can maybe improve a little bit your current CRM if you have one from us. Non-searchable statuses. What I'm talking here about, I have to relog in as administrator here to show you on this demo data. Let me click on that once again. It slightly improves settings of your let's say pipeline definition, or if you like your sales flow. Especially if you are processing large number of leads and opportunities, we are able here to say which of those will be appearing as a result of the whispering here and the default searches. That's for the reason that if you are processing a big data, you don't want to get this whispering in other and the search is polluted by obsolete, disqualified leads and opportunities. So there's the example right here. What is also new is this only for admin. So those of you having our CRM integrated with your web page, payment gateways, there can be a number of integration also with accounting systems, invoicing systems, etc. You can mark certain status as it's only for admin, and then we just use it that the normal users cannot set this state, only admin can do, and it is usually used for some automated statuses, which are, for example, interconnected with payment gateways or banking systems. Another thing is about aggregated custom fields from data. Here is actually one example. I am making, I want to have, in this example, I want to have information on my clients, right? What is the historical revenues? And it means I need to aggregate the information about everything which was sold and paid to them, right? So I give it a name. The group I will be talking a little bit later, and I choose the format computed field from filter. That's the new thing, and from filter is saying it's filtering this particular entities or CRM cases. So I'm actually aggregating data from CRM cases to the contacts. I am using some formula. In this case, I'm using sum of values, but we are using many others like first, max, last to, for example, identify the first touch with the customer, first order, so we understand then what is the lead close time, and so on and so forth. For example, calculating updates period, and so on. And so what I want to do and with what, right? And then I'm also adding some filters. So for this makes sense. I am considering only those CRM cases which are in paid status, right? And this way I can get nicely aggregated information about my clients or prospects from all the particular business opportunities and leads I was working on. Another thing which we've introduced, and this is especially because we are actually collecting a lot of data during the sales process, is improve visualization of such a data. So on both CRM cases and on contacts, you can now just type here the group, right? And the group is then the group appears here. And what does this mean? We are having a lot of data related to a contact or to a particular opportunity, and it was not convenient to working with those, right? So now we have here sort of like the most important data up here, and the all other data are sorted in such tabs under here, and it's helping to keep the records in CRM rich as we need, but at the same time usable as we need. So on the contact is the same. I will open this sort of example contact here. So you can see here that the top data is simple, is very simple. There is just a signing, but we have here, for example, billing data, which is important, but have nothing to do with, for example, the contractual data. What is the deal with the customer? Or some other. So this is a tip for you if you also have a lot of segmentation data and so on and so forth, and you need to keep this in order and friendly for users. Just start using groups on CRM cases and contacts. We introduced a couple improvements on contacts as well for easier management of who is the customer and what is the business related, and making it a little bit easier to set if you have, for example, channel based sales organization. There's no really time to go to that. I just wanted to say that we are working on that. We will be also working even more on the contact redesign. So, and here we would definitely appreciate your feedback and experience with Easy Redmine. So if I'm talking to existing customers, please give us our feedback, because contacts is something which we will be working in this last part of the year. And now I would just show you something I am quite excited about. It's a big functionality. We've been working on almost a year from design till let's say testing on our own data, and our own data are actually complicated. It's a price book and quotations. You might know such a functionality from other big CRM systems, where everyone, basically all CRM systems, this is very advanced, features. What it does in the backend, I can actually create very sophisticated way, different price books. Maybe price books are for different product lines, or in some organization it can be for different regions. And define my products and define my services. And so this allows me that on the operational level, I always, when I'm selling something, I'm selling 100% identified items. All the discounts are here on the item level. And so at the end of the day, as I'm processing that, I have 100% insight about my product and business, basically sort of business intelligence on top of my portfolio, right? So I can understand what products I'm selling to what markets, with what average discounts, with if I'm selling more clouds monthly, yearly, what's my on-premise versus cloud sales, what are the services, are the clients buying more advanced support or just the basic support, you name it. It's actually about to itemize your business in order to understand your data 100%. And for salespeople, it's not difficult. They can just simply pick some items from the price book. There are different data. I will just do something here. So they just add the lines here, and this way they just make the calculation. So it serves for making the calculation, and the last magic is done by the quote templates, which I can design my quote templates simply in Microsoft Word, and then I can just simply click, and the system will generate a ready proposal or quotation. I will open it now. So this is what this is the, okay. I need to wait for Microsoft Word. Okay, go computer, please. All right, here we go. And my quote is created. It fills the customer details, like here from the contact of the in the CRM. The calculation is done in nice tables as per some specific attributes of the products, and all the variables which are possible are filled and replaced in the template. So now the salespeople can just quickly review that, make sure there are not maybe the white pages like here, and create the PDF and send it to customer. Right. So this is something I was looking at for a long time, and finally with very heavy price book, which allows actually to create any product pricing policy, and the pretty generic quote generator is finally here. At this moment, our organization is using that for a half a year, so we are in the phase where we have couple customers. They are deploying these functionality in sort of controlled mode. If I'm talking to some customers, they would be, some clients of us who would be interested to get this into the controlled release. It's possible. The general availability of this feature is planned for January. So there's still this sort of transition time. But if you're interested already in that, it can be done. With that, I basically spent most of the time reserved for this meeting, but don't worry, I'm still here for your questions. So with this, I'm ending the presentation, and if it is needed, I can answer all your questions. Maybe I will now have a look. Right. Stefan was asking about limit visibility of contacts to particular CRM users. Yes, definitely. Actually, making sort of tree structure of dividing, for example, regional dividing, as you say, is something we do pretty naturally here. We do that through the existing functionality of project structure, right? So let's say if your Spanish salesperson is member of dedicated Spanish project, there are all the CRM cases and so on, and the manager who is for maybe the European manager is member of the upper project. All the data from the sub projects are aggregated on top, so he can see everything, and to the top, and to the top, and to the top. So this way we realized couple pretty large implementation where we were able to secure for 100% that the visibility is restricted. Let me have a look on something else. And yes, the same is about group of users. Um, so yes, this belongs. This is about CRM cases mostly, because there are the critical data prices what is proposed, but it is possible to do that with contacts, as contact can be linked to a project, right? And with if we limit that all contacts, that you want to avoid global contacts which are visible to all users with permission to see certain contact, then the project related contacts would do exactly what is needed. Right. I would like to encourage you for any other question about CRM. In the meantime, let me invite you to our next session. The next session shall be about our Outlook plugin. And if you are interested in CRM, I definitely recommend you to have a look on that, because especially certain functionalities which I was talking about, like, where is the okay, I was talking about that calendar is one of the most important, views and tools for the salespeople. And you see that in our calendar we are visualizing our sales data, activities, planned sales, and others. This all works also nicely in Outlook. It even does more, that you can actually drag and drop and replanning things, closing things directly from Outlook, etc. So the Outlook plugin brings quite a good value to sales organization. So I'm encouraging you to join our next webinar, which will be focused on Outlook. Let me check one more question. Right, Stefan, my pleasure. If you have any issues configuring that in your environment, we have here a team of professionals who can always help you with that. So don't hesitate to answer the sales team, to ask the sales team. There is always someone who can help you. And of course, if you're coming from Germany, then we can also serve you in German. Right. It seems that we have all questions answered. All right. Yes. I would like to ask you for a very quick feedback. Ludmila is launching right now this polls. So just one click for the information. Just one click for your feedback if you found this short session valuable or not. So thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your time. Hopefully it was interesting for you. And stay tuned for the next sessions. We will be going through various of things on this biweekly basis.
Hello guys, thank you for voting, and I think that's if you have not any other question, we can end the meeting. So have a great day.